Good morning, students. As you know, we are doing animal classification nowadays. We already learned that phylum Chordate divide into two subphylum, vertebrates and invertebrates. And vertebrates further divided into five classes: Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. So, the first one is Pisces. The general characteristics of Pisces are: these are aquatic, streamlined body they have. Streamlined means the spindle shaped body. Neck is absent. This shape helps them to move in water with the least resistance. They are cold blooded. Cold blooded means their body temperature fluctuates with outside temperature. Means if outside the temperature will change, their body temperature will also get change. They don't have any fixed temperature. They have scaly exoskeleton. Body is covered by overlapping scales. Gills are the organs of respiration. Fins are the organs of locomotion. Heart is two-chambered. External ears and eyelids are absent. Fishes are oviparous, that is, they lay eggs. Fishes further are of two types. First one is cartilaginous fish and the other is bony fish. This figure which you can see, this is the figure or picture of cartilaginous fish. You can observe different parts, body parts. This cartilaginous fish composed in this skeleton composed of cartilage. Mouth is ventral. Ventral means downside. Here in this picture and in this picture you can see the actual position of mouth. It is ventral, downside the body. So this is the distinct feature for cartilaginous fish. Mouth is ventral, operculum absent, hence gill slits are exposed. You can very easily see here in this figure, no cover is there on gills. So gill slits or gill openings are visible. Swim bladder is absent in cartilaginous fish. Fertilization is internal. And the next is bony fish. Skeleton composed of bone. Mouth is terminal. You can see in this picture the position of mouth, that is terminal. Here also you can observe the position of mouth. Operculum conceals the gill slits. Here you can see operculum. No gill slits are visible. Swim bladder generally present. Fertilization is usually external. Now the next is amphibia. The amphibians lead a dual life. They can live on land but begin their life in the water. Their chief characteristics are: these are aquatic and terrestrial animals. Larva stage is aquatic. Adult can live on land and in water. They are also cold-blooded, smooth, slimy, non-scaly exoskeleton. This is the example of amphibia, that is salamander. You can observe no scale is there on its body. Lungs are the main organs of respiration. Before this in Pisces, gills were there for respiration. Here in amphibia, lungs are developed for respiration. But the main point is lungs are present in adult. Larvae breathe through gills. 5 digits limbs are the organs for locomotion. 5 digits, we are using one term for this 5 digits, that is pentadactyl. You can count the digits of limbs. Limbs means hands or legs. These are the organs for locomotion. You can count the digits. These are 5 here in salamander. Heart is 3-chambered. Earlier in Pisces, 2-chambered heart was there. In amphibia, 3-chambered heart developed. External ear is absent. The eardrum lies on the skin surface. Amphibians are oviparous, means they lay eggs. Example: frog, toad, tree frog, newt, salamander, etc. Then the next class is Reptilia. Reptiles are the organisms which can move dorsoventrally, means they can move from their ventral side. Ventral side should be there towards the earth. While amphibians remained transition elements due to their inability to completely adapt to either an aquatic or terrestrial habitat, the reptiles were the first of the four-legged fishes to make a total conquest of land. Means these are the animals which are completely lives on land. Dinosaurs, you all have heard the word dinosaurs. These were also reptiles. These are terrestrial, cold-blooded, body covered by a waterproof, scaly exoskeleton. They respire through lungs. Digits of the limbs have claws for protection. Earlier in amphibia, no claws were there, but here in reptiles, claws developed. Heart is three-chambered except crocodile. Crocodile is the largest reptile which have four-chambered heart, but other characteristics are resembling with reptilia. So we study this organism under the class reptilia. Eardrum is depressed, distinct neck is present. Reptiles are generally oviparous. For example, wall lizard, chameleon, house lizard, snakes, turtles, tortoise, etc. Then the next class is aves. Aves, all the organisms which are birds, they consist of this class, that is aves. These are arboreal, means they inhabit or live on trees. They are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means they have a fixed body temperature. Their body temperature will not fluctuate with the atmosphere. They have a feathery exoskeleton. Lungs have membranous extensions called air sacs. The forelimbs are modified into wings. Heart is four-chambered. Completely here in this class we can observe all the organisms, all the organisms have four-chambered heart. Bones are light and hollow, so they can easily fly in the air. A distinct flexible neck region is present. Teeth absent. Ears internal. Birds are also oviparous. Example, ostrich, parrot, kiwi and penguin. These are two flightless birds. And different birds you might have seen in your surroundings. The last one is mammalia. Mammals are the most active and flexible in their response to the environment. And these are the most developed animals also, you can say. Human being also a part of this class, mammalia. Mammals live in water, on trees and on land. Anywhere they can live. Some organism of this class may live in water, some on trees, some on land. The general characteristics of mammals are they are warm-blooded, hairy exoskeleton. This is the distinct characteristic of mammals. Hairy exoskeleton acts as an insulating layer. In aquatic mammals, where hair is negligible, a subcutaneous layer of fat provides insulation. Insulation means body temperature should remain constant to being alive. So in case of human beings or other animals, hair play that insulating role, and in case of those animals which are aquatic, a subcutaneous layer of fat provides insulation. Then the next is lungs are the organs of respiration. A muscular diaphragm separates the thoracic cavity from the abdomen. Skin has sweat glands for regulation of body temperature and sebaceous glands which secrete an oily substance to keep the skin waterproof. Heart is four-chambered. teeth of different types. Different types of teeth you may all have seen in your mouth also. Different types of teeth are there. Mature red blood cells do not have a nucleus. They have external ears called pinna. Neck consists of 7 cervical vertebrae. Most mammals are viviparous. They give birth to young ones. The mother suckles her young ones on milk secreted by special glands called the mammary gland. This is also a very important feature of mammals, mammary gland, on which can secrete milk, and mothers can feed their babies. These are viviparous, and development of their children are there in is intrauterine, means the internal fertilization takes place and the whole organism develops in their body, inside the body. This is bat, this is zebra, and these are dolphins. So that's all about the classes of vertebrates. Thank you.